Hari, Panduranga Hari Bolo, Panduranga Hari, Rama Krishna Hari, Mukunda Murari, Rama Krishna Hari, Mukunda Murari, Panduranga, Panduranga, Panduranga Hari, Panduranga, Panduranga, Panduranga Hari, Panduranga Hari, Pulu Panduranga Hari, Panduranga Hari, Pulu Panduranga Hari, Panduranga Hari, Polo 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 Panduranga Hari. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Welcome. Welcome to all of you. As we take this beautiful opportunity to gather together in the caves of our homes, the caves of our rooms, the caves of our minds, together. Separate, but together. Such a beautiful lesson and beautiful metaphor for all of that which we speak about the rest of the time. That even though we're in separate physical bodies, we're one. And here, not only in separate physical bodies, but separate rooms, separate homes, separate quarantines, but nonetheless, we're together. It's a whole new way to experience community. And so I feel deeply, deeply honored, deeply touched to be able to join with you all each night in community, together. Puja Swamiji always says community means come unity. And here we have that opportunity to come and be in unity. So, welcome tonight. We'll start, as always, with one of the questions in advance, and it's from Swarnendu Sahalf on YouTube, that says, if one leads a perfectly moral and dispassionate life, doesn't fall in the trap of sense enjoyments, what amount of extra spirituality does he have to do to reach moksha? So meaning, if I already live a good life, I already am abiding by spiritual principles, how much more do I have to do to attain moksha or freedom? First of all, moksha is not in exchange for. It's not a give and take bargain, like, oh God, I've already done A, B, and C. Could you skip over D, E, and F, and then I'll come back around and maybe I'll do some X, Y, and Z, but if you could give me a break for the stuff in the middle, that would be great. It's not like that. It's not a bargain. It's not about, well, I've already done this. What's the bare minimum else that I need to tick off my list? Moksha doesn't actually require anything. Moksha doesn't say, thou shalt not enjoy the senses that the body has. Moksha does not say, thou must act like this or be like that. Moksha simply says, thou shalt not be trapped. Moksha means freedom. We think of it as freedom from the body, but it's not that, because the body is not the problem. The problem is the mind. It's the mind that says, not just, oh wow, I really enjoy the sight of that sunset, the sound of the birds singing, the sound of the wind in the trees, or I really enjoy the taste of that hot cup of tea or cool water. That's not a bondage. It's just saying, oh God, you've given me this ability to witness the sunset, to hear the music. I'm enjoying it. The bondage in the mind is, oh, that's not fair. Why this one? Why that one? How dare she? How dare he? Why not me? Or why always me? These are the bondages of the mind that keep us from freedom. The bondage of the mind that says, I'm better than this one. I'm smarter than that one. More worthy than this one. I know more. I'm the best. The mind plays the games. The mind is the one that's always scheming and judging and criticizing and creating all kinds of nonsense for us against others and against the self. It's the mind that's always telling us, you're not good enough. You're stupid, you're worthless. All the games are games of the mind. And that's the bondage, is that ignorance that says not, I have these senses, but that I am these senses. Understand that very clearly. The bondage is not enjoying what the eyes behold in a sunset or a tree or a baby's face, or enjoying what the ears hear in singing of the birds or beautiful classical music or beautiful kirtan or whatever it may be. The bondage is in thinking I am those senses. Thinking that I am the body. Thinking that I am the thoughts, the emotions, the patterns, the history, the stories. That's the bondage. And so moksha is the freedom from that bondage. Moksha is the awareness that yes, I have senses, but I'm not them. I have a body, I'm not it. The body has a history, I'm not it. There's patterns of chemical and electrical behavior in my brain that we call emotions. I'm not it. Real freedom can be instantaneous, in a moment. The moment that I stop being a slave to the games of my mind, the moment that I stop being a slave to the calls of the senses, I need this, I want that. That was good, I need more. Where is that? Where's my pizza? Where's my ice cream? Where's my this? Where's my that? Then I'm a slave. So moksha is freedom from the games of the mind. There's that beautiful teaching that says, Man eva manushyanam kadanam bandha mokshayo. The mind is the key to our bondage or our freedom. It's up to us. So if you want moksha, all of the practices you're doing, fantastic, keep doing them. But don't think of them as items on a checklist to moksha. Moksha can be there with you right here, right now. The minute that you stop thinking, you're not free. Because that's also the game of the mind. Oh, I have these problems. Oh, I have these challenges. Oh, my mom was like that. Oh, my father was like that. Oh, my husband or my wife or my colleagues or my children or my in-laws. Oh, my childhood was like this. That's why I'm not free. That's why I'm not living in moksha. That's why I'm not living in light. That's just a story. That's just ignorance. That's bondage. That thought is bondage. Not the mom or the dad or the childhood or the boss or the in-laws, but the thinking that I am that history or that identity or that problem. That's what keeps me stuck. So it's very simple. Not easy. Not easy at all. Which is why for thousands of years we've had scriptures and teachings and saints and gurus and sages. But it is simple. It just requires us to realize that our own way of thinking is what is keeping me from being free. And that if I really realize I'm not the thoughts, I'm not the thinker of the thoughts, I am that awareness. I am that consciousness that simply knows, thinking is happening. That's the beginning of the beginning, to start being able to touch that freedom. But moksha's there, regardless of how much you've ticked off your list. But go ahead, keep ticking them off, because these are great spiritual practices. Just don't think that they're what's standing in the way between you and moksha. They're all things that purify our mind. That's what sadhana does. purifies our mind, makes us know, I'm not my hunger. I'm not my senses. I'm not my history. I'm not my drama. Purifies us. And as the mind gets purer and purer and purer, it's less and less a slave to the stories. And then freedom is possible. Right now.
Ketaki Gupta on Facebook asks, we are so entangled under the control of Maya. How can we free ourselves?
First piece is we have to want to be free. A lot of the complexity, or the seeming complexity, when we speak about moksha, freedom, enlightenment, awakening, is most of us don't really want it. We want it. Sounds nice. Sounds spiritual. Good in theory. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not be enlightened? But when we really get down to it, the truth is that most of us are really actually attached to our way of being. We like it. We like the drama. We like the ups and downs of the mind. We like the stories. We like that kind of struggle of the ego. The vast majority of us are pretty much addicted to drama. And so the idea of, oh wait, I might not be tethered to my story, it's not so easy to give up for a lot of us. You know, an analogy that I think about is the ocean, because there's two parts to the ocean. There's the waves on the surface that go up and down and up and down and up and down. And that's where most of us live. We go up and we go down and up and down and up and down in life. Going up, we love it, it's fun, it's great. Going down, we're miserable and depressed. And the only solution to that is to get out of the waves and dive deep. Because in the depths of the ocean, it's still. And it's simple. Again, not easy, but simple. Dive deep. Go deeply. But most of us really actually enjoy thrashing around on the waves, because the ups feel really fun. And so every time we have the down, we hate it. We're like, okay, from now on, I'm going to dive deep, forget it, getting out of the ocean. But then an up wave kind of comes and entices us, and we think, oh yeah, passion and drama and intrigue and this and that, oh yeah. And we jump on the wave again. So before you start thinking about how do we get out of the clutches of Maya, be honest with yourself. Do I really want it? Because it's the whole package. You can't get out of just the downs. You can't get out of just when you feel suffocated by Maya. You can't get out of just the times when you're depressed and miserable. As we know from both physics and surfing, that which goes up has to come down. And so if I'm not ready to give up the thrills of the ups, I'm going to come down. And so if I really say I want out of the clutches of Maya, I have to be prepared to give it all up. And the dilemma for that is that a lot of people think, oh my God, life will be so boring. I can't tell you how many people say, you know, spirituality, it sounds really good, but really boring. And the truth is, life under the ocean, in the depths, is actually much more beautiful, much more exciting than life on the surface. But you just don't know that until you go down. And the deeper you go, the more beautiful it is. I've snorkeled, where you put on the mask and you look in the ocean, literally, and it's exquisite. I've never scuba dived, but I've heard from people who do that it's even better than snorkeling. That the deeper you go in the ocean, the more life. But when people are just living on the surface, thinking that the height of all beauty, the height of all enjoyment, the height of all excitement is surfing the waves, it feels like a lot to give up, to dive down. And this is what happens spiritually, is we think, I don't want to give up the excitement up here. I don't want to give up the waves. But the truth is, and we've got thousands of years of saints and sages and mystics and masters of so many of the world's religions as incredible examples. They did not live boring lives. Look at what they've left us. I mean, you look at the legacy, whether it's Rumi or Ramakrishna, whether it's Mirabai, I mean, any of the mystics. Are these people whose lives were boring? St. Francis of Assisi, boring life? People who really dove into the depths. Their lives were a song. Their lives were poetry. Their lives were music. I've never seen a teaching, a writing, a journal entry, an interview with a mystic, an enlightened being, an awakened being who says, oh my God, this is so boring. Never should have given up those waves. The light, the exquisiteness is so much. But it takes that leap of faith to get off the waves and down deep. That veil of Maya can be torn off any moment, but we have to be prepared to do it. We know what's illusion. We're not stupid. We know the games we're living in. And we just have to be prepared to let go. And if you are, the veil drops and we dive deep. But it takes that moment of a leap of faith, that I'm going to get off the waves and I'm going to go deep. And you have to really want it, not just want to want it. And then it'll happen.
Vivek Sabarwal on your Facebook page has said, Sadhviji, it's generally said that meditation is the highest known ecstasy. How true is that?
I'm not sure not sure that I would say, either philosophically or due to my personal experience, that meditation is the highest ecstasy. Meditation is the way in to the highest ecstasy. But it's a slight but important distinction. If you look at the 8 limbs of yoga given to us by the sage Patanjali, we won't go through all of them, but just the last 2. Limb number 7 is dhyan, meditation. Limb number 8 is samadhi, bliss, ecstasy, that divine union. Meditation is the way in. Before meditation, I have our concentration, single-pointed focus. So it looks something like this. Imagine that you sit down to do what we call our meditation practice. So I sit down and I bring my awareness to one point. Maybe that one point is my mantra. Maybe that one point is a name of God. Maybe that one point is my breath. Maybe that one point is a candle flame. Whatever it may be. But I bring my awareness to that point. I am aware of my breath. I am chanting my mantra. Slowly, slowly, the chanter of the mantra and chanting become one. The meditator, the object of meditation, and the act of meditation become one. That is samadhi. That is the bliss. So meditation is the way in. But meditation takes us into that state of oneness that we call samadhi, bliss, moksha, freedom, a more sustained experience of samadhi, enlightenment, awakening, just different terms. But that's the bliss. Meditation is the vehicle in to the bliss. So it's right on some level, but it's important to realize that as I close my eyes and I sit to meditate on my mantra, on my breath, on a name of God, that practice, that technique is a vehicle into that state of samadhi, that state of oneness, that state of bliss. So it's no longer me meditating on something. It becomes one. And that's the bliss. Have a beautiful morning, day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Connect within yourself, to yourself, Let that satsang happen within you.